Hi guys, welcome to Educating Shanny. I'm Shanny and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi Shanny, hi! So a couple things really quick before I get into this video. First of all, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about sex a lot. And so I want to put a warning. I'll probably put another warning at the beginning, but I want to speak a warning also to any of you who might be watching this with children. This is not going to be appropriate for children at all, and this is also not appropriate for any of my family members, especially the men in my family, to watch. That would be very awkward for me. So please do me a favor and don't watch this video if you are a male family member of mine, because I don't know why. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, there's your warning. So do you have kids in the room? Okay, get them out. Come back. Pause and come back. Okay. Is my brother gone? Mike, go. Get out. Is my dad watching? Dad, don't watch. My other brother? Any other male figures? Get off this video. I love you though. Bye. Okay, so the reason I really want to talk about this today is because this is we're getting to a point in my recovery where I'm gonna have to start talking about the really hard things, even more than I have already been doing. And in order to get me better, that's what needs to happen. And as you all know, we can't afford therapy, and you guys have been my therapy, and you guys have been excellent therapy for me, because every single video you guys have the best suggestions, you have the best ideas of what would help me, you're just wonderful. And so I want to share this with you guys, my Shanny Fannies, the ones that know me the most. I need your help on this. I do. Because I would say that sex is equal to as big of a problem as my eating disorder is. That's how bad it is. And sex is important. And I hate it. And so let's talk about it, shall we? A lot of you guys left some comments because last week on one of my Q&As, I believe, I talked about sex a little bit, and I talked about it with Danny here, and a lot of you commented on that video and left some really good comments that I want to go through and kind of explore what might be going on inside of me. Am I asexual? Am I just repulsed by it? Do I just not like it? Is it a traumatic thing? What is it? What's going on? And for those of you that did miss that video, basically I talked about how Danny and I have had intercourse sex maybe 15 times in our 12-year marriage, which I know is like nothing almost. That's intercourse, by the way. I should have clarified before. We do other things. Don't worry about Danny, like we do other things, and I mean, you can still worry about him. That still sucks for him, but don't think that I'm not like giving him, okay, never mind. Anyway, so I wanted to read a couple comments first and then explore them. So where is that first one? So the first one I want to read is something that I do already know that is a problem for me, but I wanted to just bring it into this conversation because I'm going to ask you guys at the end of this video what you think and what you think would help me and all of those types of things. So, so LLL.EAH Leah 86 says, maybe the reason you find that stuff disgusting is because you're still not mentally mature in that area. You've said before you feel trapped at a younger version of yourself. Maybe once you heal from that, you can learn to enjoy sex. Okay, this is great. My therapist told me the same thing, but I never did anything about it. I don't know what to do about it. I guess I figured that especially recently, since I'm getting better mentally, I guess I figured that all of my problems would become easier to face. But sex, for some reason, even the more mentally better I get, the more I hate it. Like the older it seems like it's just coming with age. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not. I don't know. I hate it. She's talking about why I think it's so disgusting. Yeah. Because I've talked about this before. I really think that vaginas are disgusting, and I think penises are disgusting. I don't understand it. I don't understand why the world loves sex. I don't get it. I don't understand. Oral sex is the biggest one. I don't understand. Why would you want to stick your tongue into something that bleeds or into something that poops? And why would you want to put your mouth around something that pees? Am I gonna get kicked off YouTube for talk? I don't even know the rules. Are there rules about talking about sex? I hope not. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm just disgusted by it, but it also is, I also have some physical problems. I forgot to mention that. I have endometriosis, which causes really painful sex, and I also have vaginismus is what it's called, I believe. That is where if you've been traumatized in your vagina, if anything tries to come near it, your vagina will just close tighter and it won't be able to get in, and it will hurt even if it tries to get in, and it will hurt and it'll tear you apart, and then you'll cry and you'll scream and you'll bleed and you're Okay, the next one I want to read is from Sammy Jane Davis, and she says, also, like, not to be weird, I know this is a really uncomfortable thing to say and read, but maybe masturbating would help you to become more comfortable with your own sexuality and practice not getting nervous or uncomfortable with penetration. and then maybe once you become more comfortable, that you could transfer into the bedroom and sex would go smoother and feel less nerve-wracking. Sorry if that freaked you out, LOL. Thank you. No, it didn't freak me out. And by the way, someone added a comment to that comment. Someone replied and said, she is a Mormon, masturbation goes against her beliefs. So I just want to clear that up really quickly. We believe in our church, we try, and it's you know, one of our guidelines to not have sex before marriage. And so I followed that. I didn't have intercourse sex before marriage. I did other things with boys, but I never had like intercourse sex until I was married. And I thought when I got I always understood the rule to be that the reason masturbating was not allowed or frowned upon or whatever you want to call it before you're married is because God designed us to have sex together, and that's what he wants. He wants us to, if we're going to have sex, let's do it together and join us more together and solidify our love and things like that. And when you're not married yet in our religion, most likely you're not having sex if you're following those guidelines. And so before marriage, yeah, masturbation's kind of frowned upon and kind of like, that's not a good thing. But after marriage, this is something I only learned about 5 years ago. I had no idea. After marriage in our religion, it's absolutely up to you and your husband what you do, or you and your wife or whoever. Like, it's between you guys. That's nobody's business. That's nobody's whatever. So I just want to clear that up. Like, it's not against our beliefs. There's just reasons why we don't do it before marriage, and reasons why it's okay to do it after. And the only way we do it after is if the other person is okay with that. So we can do whatever we want sexually together or apart, as long as the other knows what's going on. So yeah, so I just want to get that out of the way because that's really important, obviously, to my case here. Oh, this is so awkward to talk about. I really hope my family's not watching. I would feel so awkward if they are. But I don't think they watch anymore, so that's probably a good thing. I am hungry, so hold on. Actually, before I talk about that, let me get in one more comment because it's important to this discussion. So, okay, so Nat. Hi, Nat, I love you. I feel awkward saying this, but I'm going to anyway. Good for you. Are you an asexual, Shanny Cakes? It's someone who doesn't have any desires to do it. Oh, I feel so weird posting this question, but maybe that's what's wrong with you. Changing the topic, I would also love to see you do a show, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the asexual thing. So this is something that I've been wondering about for so long. And I thought that'd be good to add to the conversation because here's the thing, okay? Here's what's weird. First of all, let's look up the definition first of all, because I don't know a whole lot about it. I think I know what it is. Like, I always thought that asexuality was just people who are not sexual at all, like not sexually attracted to anybody whatsoever. That's what I always thought it was, but so many of you suggested this that I want to look at. What is asexual?
According to Wikipedia, asexuality is the lack of sexual attraction to anyone, or low or absent interest in her desire for sexual activity. It may be considered the lack of a sexual orientation, or one of the variations thereof, alongside heterosexuality, homosexuality, and bisexuality.
Is that it? Okay, here's what's weird. I believe that that could be what I'm going through, but I saw the other day somewhere where people were saying that it's not something you can help, it's something that you're born with. And so that makes me think I don't have it, because there have been times in my life where I am sexually attracted, or when I was sexually attracted. Like, for instance, when Danny and I were dating, and both of us were virgins when we were dating and when we were engaged and all that. We didn't have sex till our wedding night. When we were engaged, I remember wanting it all the time. Like, I really wanted it. And maybe it's because it was forbidden in a way. Maybe it was just dangerous. Maybe it was, oh, we can't get too close, or you know, that'll go against what we believe or whatever. I don't know what it is, but something, I had a sexual attraction to Danny, and I just wanted to jump him every time I saw him. But then once we got married, that kind of changed. And I wonder if it's like, and I know a lot of you are probably wondering now, have you tried role playing? Yes, we have. We've tried pretending like we are engaged again, and that we're not supposed to have sex till we're married, so we can't get too close, and like letting that turn me on, and it just doesn't work. And it's so frustrating. And like, it could also be that I've been so promiscuous my whole life. Like, when I was a teenager, I let boys take advantage of me all the time. I never had intercourse with them, so I considered myself a virgin. But I did plenty of other things with them, and it was fine. Like, it worked fine back then. Everything worked fine. And when Danny and I got married, this is so embarrassing to talk about.